But all right, too easy. Let's jump into the next portion of this episode. So, Sumi, obviously, you mentioned MPL just then, so we'll briefly touch on them. For our next episode, we're going to deep dive into the MPL season, as they'll be filmed straight after our MPL round. Sumi, how did you feel that you played? You played what, last week?
A couple of weeks back, NPL.
Yeah. So how did you feel you played individually?
I think my performance was good. Obviously, I lost my singles game, but I don't play singles. I don't think. I hope so. I don't think I was picked in that team for singles.
Yep.
I played 2 mixed doubles game, won both of those. Like I won my mixed doubles game, so I was very happy with that.
Yeah. And you said that teammate Jess Christie played really well.
Yeah, she did great. Yeah, she was all about the vibes and just having fun on the court, and same as me. And
she won 2 mixed and also won her singles.
She won one of her singles as well, so that's very very good result for her. And
probably MVP of your team then. For
yes.
the round.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ducky, doing well. And I unfortunately didn't get to commentate you guys. I was commentating QPT Harvey Bay, which was a sick event. Shout out to the Harvey Bay crew for running such a great event. But across the board, how did you think that round went? Like, you had a good time, thought it was all right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, our team had a lot of fun. We didn't win any games, but it was good fun. Yeah.
And I did see that a couple of the teams really did well. You mentioned Dave Richardson's team did really well. I saw that the Parrots did really well as well.
Yeah, so I think those two are the strongest team in the league, Caterpillars and Parrots.
Yeah.
Especially Caterpillars men's, all 3 can play all 3 categories, singles, mixed and gender doubles. Very smart picks by Dave.
Yeah.
And same with Deb's team. Deb's very smart in picking her team, even last season and this season.
Parrots are insane, man. I was blown away with their draw. I had a chat to Ellen McDonough in Harvey Bay while I was on. She couldn't play this.
She wasn't available for last round. So
they had Nari.
Who was pretty handy sub.
Really handy sub.
Yeah. So imagine Ellen back next round. That team is tough to beat.
They're gonna be mental.
The girls, Deb, Alan, and Olivia for NPL, they are the top female players.
Considering Olivia was literally a captain.
Yeah.
And then what a pick up there for Deb Ross.
Yeah.
So look, we will dive deep into the MPL, as I said, next episode. I think we'll really, now that we'll pull the results up and everything, I'll get them from the MPL guys and we can really deep dive into it. I think I'll be fortunate enough to commentate with the Sockman as well. So we're doing the super broadcast, essentially jumping from state to state. So I don't want to dive too deep into it until I have more information, because I know we've got a bunch of MPL players that watch our podcast as well. So I'll be able to cover more deeply on the New South Wales and Victorian scenes as well. All right. Well, our final thing, because we are pushing time here, our final episode, or final topic rather, is going to be on the MLPA Masters. So we obviously had that occur. The draft popped up recently. 4 of the captains from the 4 original teams, so the Smash, Mavs, Breakers, and the Glory. Yep. Obviously had their picks. We're going to follow the exact same train of thought as what we did for our last episode regarding the teams. Is first off the bat, is there anyone that you guys were surprised didn't get picked?
Probably.
For the MLPA 50 plus, are we talking about?
Yes.
Our hero of Australia, Jason Kerr.
Yep. Who crowned.
He has shown on Facebook and social media how disappointed he is, but I think he should have got picked if he wasn't injured or he didn't go through that surgery in recent times. So.
Yeah, I think it was just unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Does anyone else immediately come to mind that didn't get picked for you fellas?
For me, probably Darrett.
Gooch?
Yeah. But, when you look at the level of talent, you can understand why there's a lot of people that missed out.
There's a lot of people missed out. Darrett, Gordon, mate. Gordosh.
He was shattered.
Yeah, he was so much looking forward to it.
He was shattered.
Yeah, because he's been training, playing well. He's on the court.
States.
Yes.
He's gone overseas.
Trying to make it over there.
Yeah, I was really rooting for Gordon, but I'm obviously biased. Want my commentators to succeed.
Yeah.
Fair, but yeah, obviously you look at some of the men on that list. Andy, we were talking about like Christian Andrade, Tony Field is another one that immediately comes to mind. Like these guys are legit very good players. So you got a feel for the captains. There was obviously only 4 teams, so tough, right? Is there a subs list you guys
No,
know?
we don't have anything yet, but they'll soon have more teams, like same as like, you know,
They said next year.
Next year. So all these players you're thinking they missed out, but they need to know when there are more teams, they all will be in,
Yeah, that's
And
right.
Mind you, as well, with the Masters 50 plus, it was like last minute.
Yes.
Right? It was a last minute sort of advertisement. So all the people that got picked or that actually applied for the draft weren't training as heavily as they would have been if they knew there was actually something happening.
Yes. And actually they all should be like very happy that there is something for them now.
That's right.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So they don't have to play NPL anymore. They can actually play something like big, like because even in NPL, I think they are targeting more young players and tennis players and stuff.
Players.
So all this 50 plus were before thinking, oh, should we putting our name in NPL now? MLPA has got something for them going, so that's
And
right.
there's a huge market for it.
Yes,
right?
like that's a big market.
I know in WA, I think 70% of our members are over the age of 55 or something like that.
Oh, and you just bring the average age down, eh?
I well and truly.
As a 12-year-old,
Yeah.
Wait, no.
I'm actually 20.
Brendan Lee would be like
50
considered
plus?
for 55, 50 plus. I think he would have been a soul. Like I would have picked him up if I was drafting.
He's
for
the old
Masters.
soul. He's the old soul.
He is like he was former number 1 WA singles player as well.
Are we still
Till
talking
you
about
beat him?
Brendan Lee?
Yeah.
Brendan Lee is not in Western Australia.
And
Is he
Brendan's
not?
not 50.
Brendan is not 50. He's an old soul, but he's not 50.
Wait, so did he just travel to WA? To
No,
like,
he's
send
never
back?
been in.
He played in WA for the state champs 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Not this year. Like,
And he's not 50.
He's not
last
50.
year.
I watched that game and that's what got me into pickleball. I have no idea.
Right. Well, he'll be stoked to know that you think he's that mature. And
Here comes the comments for Harvey to check his facts.
What do you mean?
DAA immediately.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm just taking the piss. I know who he is.
Yeah, you know, Brendan Lee is. Yeah.
I think if there's more like sort of notice that, you know, this sort of comp is going on, then people will actually make an effort to medal and sort of get their name out there. Just like it's the same as, you know, the actual MLP. You know, it's important to get results, get recognised and get noticed.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, by the way, Mavericks, talking about Aaron Blitz, he's got one of the agencies signed him. Did you see his Instagram?
this is public knowledge.
Yep.
It's on Instagram, on his Instagram, as public as it gets.
And Matt Carter signed.
Matt Carter signed. Is it the same?
agency.
Same
Who
agency.
they get signed by?
It's called,
It's a number.
it's a Super Agent 2024, I think.
Is that like
Yeah, but he
a
runs-
retired pickleball sort of like league or like you almost got there sort of league? Like pay respects to the past, present, and future sort of thing.
Right. Aaron's a great guy. And he cops so much shit by so
And
many
Matt
people.
Carter's a great
Matt Carter is
He's a good rights
amazing person. Yeah.
No, I'm sure they're good blokes
Oh, they both are great.
and they're okay at pickleball.
They're good at pickleball.
Yeah,
Actually,
You're
no.
next signing to that agency, mate.
Yeah,
Okay.
next player, Harvey.
What could have been?
Super agent.
You actually don't know. He actually owns the agency.
I mean, Aaron and Matt, your first team.
Yeah, it's a good team. Dynamic duo.
There we go.
On the topic of New Zealand, because we're talking about Masters, I think there's a whole variety of like NZ seniors players or Masters players that you guys wouldn't even know about. And then like it actually excites me, the prospect of the two, because obviously there'll be 2 New Zealand Masters, you would assume. They're going to be sick. Like those guys will be very good. The NZ scene is sort of a sleeping giant in that regard. And obviously if they follow the same train of thought with MLPA, you know, the Asian scene as well. Like you think about Surge and Aces, if they do get 2 Masters teams, we don't know what's going to be produced from that. Like, so
Like
that's
30 plus years of badminton, ping pong experience in one team.
And
It's fucking wild.
Asia traditionally is just very determined, very like routine.
Yeah.
They're very resilient.
Yeah, so that's an exciting prospect. Obviously for you, Andy, like the potential of having a WA-based Masters side or senior side. That's referred to as Masters A, yeah. Like that's really cool. Like you can work tandem with those guys as well.
It's better than our Youngson.
Maybe one day you can do a Josh Neparis and like have a team Horridge in the NPL.
That's right.
Well, yeah, your sister. We didn't talk about NPL. Like Alicia obviously played as well, and
yeah,
sounds like she was tearing it up. I look forward to being able to commentate her in the next round.
She was good. I watched some of her games and she was playing very good. I was surprised I haven't seen her play before and she was good.
Yeah, she took a chance.
No, it's good.
She's happy.
Yeah.
Yep. No, good to see. On the Masters point of view, so just because we've got our teams up here, just off the bat, top 10, if you could make a call early.
Go Gold Coast.
Yeah,
I think
Gold Coast Glory.
I think it's hard saying top team, but there's no doubt Martin Clark and Tony Field probably won't lose a game.
Strongest men's doubles pair.
But I think Mandy Corbett, Naomi, strongest women's. Mandy consistently gets golds, does she not?
They're all great players. Like,
But another thing we have to consider is that it's rally scoring to 21.
That's a good point.
None of these people, besides
Martin.
Martin Naomi, have actually played.
Played rally.
Tina,
Mikey.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike, yeah.
But
So
a lot
not
of these
many
players,
of these
yeah.
people have actually played rally scoring to
Yeah,
21.
they'll struggle. It's different
it's
game.
less risk.
Yeah.
Because every point matters.
I think I'll take the Brisbane Breakers. My home
Mikey's
team.
team.
Yeah.
What do you think
Anna
about
Lees
Jen
is very
Ramamurthy
good.
and Tina?
I think the Mavericks.
Mavericks.
Are very good, personally.
Well, Tina would be arguably the number one female in that, would she not?
Yeah.
I think she would be.
Yeah.
I think, like, from a history point of view, Tina and Frisbee, they've played together for like ever.
Ages, yeah.
Like, they are actually just a constant throughout tournaments.
So that's their best mixed doubles team there.
So they've arguably won, in most of their things, they will win 2-0. So at worst, they go into a dream breaker.
Yeah.
And I think Christian, I'm going to have to go Mavs, probably the best team looking at it.
Which is the best dream breaker team out of all those four?
How's
It'd be Glory or
Mandy at
Mavs.
singles? How's Mandy at singles?
Yeah, because
Because Ivan and Jay can both play. Naomi
Ivan's a
can
very good
get.
singles player.
Yeah, Ivan's unreal.
Yeah.
Naomi can get 1 point at least.
Yeah.
Well, she got points when she played in season 1.
Right?
Yeah, so Sydney Smash
And that
might
was
be the
against a
breakers
much
team.
younger generation.
So
They've got a history of being good
dream breakers.
dream breaker
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
Even this season, normal one, Sydney Smash is pretty good, dream breakers.
yeah.
Ange though, shout out to WA. Some quality coming
Yeah.
through. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
going
great.
Gold Coast.
It's good. Yeah, Gold Coast Glory is actually decent. Yeah, good. But yeah, all four teams, I think, it's good draft, I would say. All four teams are pretty
And there was
good, similar level, I would say.
there was 12 people drafted from 71 applicants.
Yeah.
That's almost like 1 in 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think best women's duo, I really like. We didn't really talk about the breakers, but Bolton Smith, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Simi, you've played with Annalise, haven't you? Like in a tournament?
Yeah, I think we've had a couple of tournaments and she was in one of the NPL teams last season. So, and she preferred not playing NPL. She said it was a shit show.
Yeah.
And she didn't like it and she wanted to play this one.
She will do really well in rally scoring because she's very consistent.
Yeah,
And her
no,
energy
she'll
is
do
great
great.
too.
Yeah.
So are you guys now copying me and picking the Breakers or what?
No, go Gold Coast.
Gold Coast Glory. Yeah, I'm with Martin. I
got
love him.
Mavs.
Yeah, he's such a Martin is just legend. Yeah.
And we probably should mention, obviously, a couple of the MLPA coaches on this set of lists. Obviously, Mike Newell, the super coach, coach of the Eastern Rush, Martin Clark, listed for the Gold Coast Glory. Really, Tina's not a coach, is she? I haven't seen the full coaching
No.
list.
And Merrick Scott Coco.
And
I
Western
might be
Vipers, Sumi.
yeah, probably in Vietnam because I'm reffing this one. But yeah, I'll be coaching.
Yeah, no bias.
Yeah.
No bias.
I don't think
In
you're just
Vietnam,
going to coach. You've got a whole coaching team, really.
Yeah.
Herman Waterboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professional water boy.
I
Manager.
got you.
Dressed for it.
Yeah, he's dressed for it. He's got all the information.
You know, making connection with people and getting on that good side is really my strong suit. So
Where's the lie?
I just left that suit at home, man.
Okay, we will finish up. So for the Masters segment, that should be really, really exciting. Obviously, really good for the Masters players to be able to, as you said, Sumi, start having a
That's
chance to
awesome.
represent themselves in a team format. And obviously for our Masters, because I've talked to a bunch of the Masters guys since our last episode, they love what we're doing. So obviously a big shout out to all of our Masters players. But if you guys were, let's say there's another 4 more teams that get listed, which we would assume it would happen, is there any immediate captains that you think?
Harvey mentioned Brendan Lee should be one of the captains.
He's not 50.
No, give him like another 5 years.
Okay. Who will be a good 50 plus captain? I would say Mark Reynolds, you know?
Oh, another person that missed out is Brad.
Yep.
Oh,
Superman.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is he 50? He's amazing, yeah.
He plays in 35 plus though.
Yeah, but
he's
is he
very good.
50?
Is this pickle socks?
Yeah, sock man.
Is he 50? I'm sure we had
I'm
it.
assuming.
Yeah, but then I think he should have been paid
Yeah,
or
I think he's
something.
something.
Why are you assuming that, Dill?
I'm assuming he went for it. I haven't actually talked to him about whether he went for this or not.
Yeah, but he'll be a great captain
He'll be a great
actually. He
captain.
brings very good energy and yeah.
Super
guy.
nice guy.
Super nice.
He
Yeah.
can provide socks for the team.
Yeah, everyone
Sorry, Brad.
marking socks.
Sorry, Brad, if you're not 50, mate.
I hope he's 50 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously want to see my commentator
He looks
succeed.
30, so 35, I'd say 36.
He's fit.
Fit, yeah, right.
He looks younger than
Brad
you,
is
Sydney.
ripped.
Yeah, he looks younger than me.
Yeah.
Yep, can also hit a ball very hard.
Yeah.
He can
Yeah, okay, so you reckon
Brett would be a good captain. Mark Reynolds.
from Sunny Coast, would you say he'd be a good potential for a Northern Crocs?
Yes. Oh yeah, that'll be good.
that
Northern
lady's
Crocs.
name?
Northern Socks?
What's that lady's name? Gail?
Aiken.
Gail Aiken, yeah.
She should be a good captain.
Mate, Gail's like good too. She's such a good coach too.
Yeah,
Really
she's a
knows
good
her stuff.
coach.
Yeah.
Some people have given me good feedback about her coaching.
This might need to get cut out, but how old is Di?
As in Di from Redcliffe.
No, Di from.
Lee.
Yeah.
Cameron.
Oh.
But like, I don't think she's.
I don't think she's 50.
Yeah.
She's not too far off it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. We actually have to cut this.
Give me a
'cause I
sec.
like it.
Maybe 3 years.
We don't have to cut it. Like Di.
Yeah.
She's a beast. We're
She-
calling her a
she's
beast.
amazing.
Yeah, I know,
but it's
but
an
I don't-
age.
Yeah, it's the age. I don't want to
He
disrespect
actually
that
has
age.
respect for.
Yeah.
It's
for
crazy
Di.
that you're
Yeah.
like considering Di, but you just chuck Brendan under the bus. So,
Mate, learn how to fucking
Here we go, hold up.
commentate, honestly.
Di's a beast.
Di is very good.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. She
love
would
Di.
be like really good if she's 50 plus. That's why I
Yeah.
don't want to disrespect
I would
her.
say even Gary.
Rufael.
Yeah.
I was with him last night. Shout out to
Yeah,
Gary,
awesome.
former president of Morayfield.
Yeah.
Talking about presidents. The
Where are you going with that?
Jen.
Yeah, is she the PAA president?
Jennifer Ramamurthy.
Yep.
The one for the
It was her
Yeah,
birthday.
it's Ramamurthy, I know how to say.
I'd just call her Mama Jen.
Mama Jen.
Yep,
She's
she-
the godmother of pickleball.
She
in
literally-
Australia. Recently it was her birthday. Happy birthday, Jenny.
Yep,
Happy
Jen.
birthday, Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah, she basically taught you how to play. She taught me how to play.
Yeah. I think she was playing before me. Yeah.
Yep, way back in the day. But no, she is the president of PAA, playing for the Mavericks.
Is it controversial? Like if you're a president of Pickleball Australia.
Are
and
you
you're-
suggesting there's like a conflict of interest?
Is it? I think it could be a conflict of interest, but I think how it's in Australia, it's working right now. If you have any conflict of interest and if you declare it before doing anything, it's sort of fine. So
At the end of the day, we're playing pickleball. Like, it's
Yeah, who
like,
cares,
Not that
right?
seriously, yeah.
yeah, it's
And
just-
Jen would have done it just for her personal endeavours.
Yes.
She wouldn't have used it for anything.
Yeah, but I don't even know how she gets the time to play because she is involved in
busy.
so much stuff.
Where's she living now? Papua New Guinea? Is that where she
She
normally
travels
goes?
there a lot
She
for
has a
business.
business in,
Does she?
yeah, helping out a
Yeah.
lot of people in PNG,
Yeah, right.
which apparently their pickleball scene's growing, so that's positive.
It's also
Yeah.
getting quite big in Africa. And
Africa's picked up.
On the subject of conflict of interest, that is an entire podcast episode on its own because pickleball, the Australian pickleball scene is just rife with it.
Yeah.
That's something just straight up, we all just need to clean that shit up.
Yeah.
That'll be the one episode that Dylan gets to be controversial on. But we won't delve too deep into it now because we're pushing 2 hours. Any final mentions of the Masters? So yeah, we didn't bring up, so is there any female captains you felt could have potentially got picked? Like I immediately think of like Glennis, for example. She's dominated for literal years.
Oh yeah, Glennis. She
Yeah.
was winning open gold medals with Deb for
A long
a
time.
long time.
Yeah.
Same final every time.
It's literally that. So I think, Glennis is probably a snub as well.
Bruce?
Bruce,
Oh,
your old partner, Bruce.
Yeah, I won open gold with him. His tight titles.
Yeah.
What about Mr. Winter?
Yeah.
Former PAQ president.
Was he in?
I don't see
Because
this.
the draft list wasn't public, so that's something I didn't like. They should have made the draft
So
list
if we
public.
are, we don't know who's listed, so we're just guessing here.
Oh, someone else who could be like a potential captain is Jeanette Ward. Or
Yep,
she could be in,
Another one of my
consideration.
commentators. Yep. Jay's been tearing it up. Yeah. Definitely worthy mention as well. All right.
Did you guys see that video when Dave Richardson literally took a shot at Janet in one of the tournaments and ball just went in Janet and it knocked her down and she was just on the floor? It literally looked like a bullet shot.
Was it using a mod?
Yes, Gen 3, Dave Richardson. Yeah. And Janet's partner, like after that shot, he saw her going down, boom, and he still went to the ball and hit the ball. And it was so funny. I've got the video. I'll show you guys after this.
Dave Richardson acts like a nice guy. No, he is. He is a really nice guy.
He felt so bad, like after that. But obviously, the other team was pissed. Yeah.
Some Masters player that missed out. Would he able to come on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Dave Richardson is not 50 yet. He said it. How many years behind he is? I think 5 years or something, or 3 years.
I thought he was like 43.
I think it's 3-4 years behind 50. But if he goes to 50, he'll just dominate for years.
I mean,
Just don't get old.
Yeah. Just don't get old. Stay 22
that's the
forever.
goal.
One.
Oh, by the way, who would win a boxing match between Wesley Vine and Zach Grabovich?
That's the debate. That's the debate.
That's like, who would win? What do you think?
I'm still going Wes.
No, rather than boxing.
Okay,
it's like-
Okay.
Wait, is it a boxing match or a
Yeah,
street
boxing, street fight. Let's say
fight?
street fight.
Street
Yeah.
fight? I'm going Zach.
Zach.
I'm going Zach.
Zach's whipping out a knife or something.
Nah. Is that Zach? He just
Rather than, can I?
You
can
gotta
I-
watch those ones with tattoos. They're no good.
This guy.
Rather than a boxing match,
He's a criminal.
rather than a boxing match, do an arm wrestling because boxing.
No,
it's
it's
just inside spoilers.
Like,
So we gotta-
okay. Like, I just want you to think about this. Just picture this. Like, just think about the way he smashes the paddles on the ground.
That's
Yeah.
why he's got his hip injury.
And just picture that as someone's
That's
head.
why he
what
had
it-
to have his own paddle company. Like,
that's
or
what
he
that's
wouldn't, yeah.
exactly how the street fight would go. Although I think it would be close if he fought Wes Vine because Wes
Right.
Vine's got that.
Where's
WWE,
his
mate.
unit?
Yeah.
Wait,
Bigger
can I just say
biceps.
something?
Bro, he's South African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
come on now.
He's used to the streets.
Yeah. He knows how the
Well,
street
you know
works.
the amateur smash. I think Simon was playing him in men's, and like you know how Simon gets like fired up,
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
starts screaming and stuff like that. I was
Yeah.
like, man, he's like screaming at Wes, like, and I just looked at Simon. And I was like, man, maybe I'll walk you to your car later. Wes might be waiting for you.
Yeah.
Not like I'll do anything. Wes will drop both of us. But
Yeah.
we were sort of talking about this off topic the other day, and we brought up Tan.
Yeah.
We're like, who's actually
Yeah.
actually qualified, in that
But
field.
Tan jokes, right? He choked last night in Moneyball with me.
we don't
He's a choker. Yeah. So
Wes also
in a
chokes.
fight, you would make a comment and Tan will choke. He will just start talking rubbish.
He is actually trained. He will mess
Nah.
you up. Tan's a good bloke though, so I don't think he would ever
Yeah.
go down that route. We're going to cut it there. This is me simpling to myself to cut.
Yeah.
We're not going to mention any of that shit.
Yeah.
So that's a Dings Up podcast episode 2. Thank you, Andy, for making the episode. Well done, mate.
Thanks for having
Do
me.
well. Good luck with all of the events, and obviously shout out to the Vipers. Hope you guys do well. Herman Harvey, you fellas playing this weekend?
nah, I'll be watching all the games
Water boy.
closely. Yeah, I got you.
Yep. and you'll be cheering on as well. Sumi, obviously, good luck playing
With
weekend.
Sterling, and then I'll be on my reffing duties. I love reffing, so anyone needs ref, get me up. Like, I'll be on to those kitchen lines.
Yeah. Is there a particular player that you're like looking to ref this weekend?
Or rather than player, do you have a pet peeve? Is there any rules that get broken? You're like, nah.
Some players like try to argue with ref, and they think they know better, but they don't. This ref have to do certification and courses to get there, to stay there. And some of these refs try to think that they can get away with, which they do get away against some of the refs, because some of the refs don't handle pressure. Oh no, I saw that line call in, and some refs like, oh okay, it was in. But it's getting better. So I think the players should just get along. Ref said this is the thing, and you just move on.
Oh, I agree entirely. Like, as someone who commentates everything, the disrespect for referees in Australian pickleball is insane.
Yes.
Like, we need to cut this shit out now.
Doesn't matter who you are as a player. Some players think because they are like well-established names in Australian pickleball, and they just go at refs. They always have a go. I've seen that, and the refs, they know about it. So this is getting better, and I hope it keeps getting better.
So we'll get Sumi's ref report for our next episode of any things that he had to deal with. I did call a technical fault this last weekend at the Australian Masters, just to wrap it up. Probably one of the first ones I've seen. Pretty hilarious, I might add. A player essentially missed the ball, like it bounced twice in the field of play, and the player went for it just to practice on ATP and just smacked it straight into the opposition. Like, it was a muck around shot, and Mark Taylor, I'm sure he won't mind me saying his name, he was officialing, and he was like, look, I'm going to have to call you for a technical fault because of the rules. But obviously the player's like, oh, it was an accident. It was actually against Darren. You mentioned this. Yeah. And everyone was laughing about it. It's like, yep, that's the rules. You got to do it. So, but anyway, we will leave it at that note. Once again, follow us on our Insta, Facebook, and YouTube links. This will be up on YouTube for all of our footage, as well as follow these fellas on their various Instagram social media pop-ups, which will come through. We do have a couple little new developments popping up. So Sumi's going to do, I guess, paddle review stuff going forward.
Yes.
He cuts open every paddle apparently.
Yeah.
So, he'll probably tear apart one of the hammers and find out what's in there. Yeah, just the
Unbreakable though.
Oh, there we go. So Sumi will have his way with a hammer paddle. But Herman's also going to get stuck into the stats, which is going to be fun. He's a numbers guy apparently. But that's building away. We will get that live for you all soon. But this is Dylan Kimlin, Herman, Harvey, Sumi, and Andy here from Brisbane CBD. Thank you everyone for tagging along, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Cheers.
Let's go.
Alright, hear me out. Now, if we can go and do like a boxing ring sort of thing, kind of like it's time for the monthly episode of blah blah blah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I reckon that would go alright.